This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The big Mavalenko is in the house, Matthew Pavlich.
I heard you. We were preparing for the game. That just reminded me.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I didn't get a response. I didn't hear I got a response.
What happened?
We were preparing for the game last Sunday.
Sunday.
The
Freo St Kilda.
Thank you for reminding me. And Channel 7 in one box, Fox in the other, and our doors are often open, so we sort of come in and have a bit of it. Yeah. Well, but with open door policy.
You boo each other
Fox,
in the background.
Well, 7 do, but we don't. We're friendly.
Yeah, when they go low, you go high. Yep,
correct. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so we're preparing. We've sort of got the headsets on. We're doing this meeting, and all I hear is this, and it's sort of like Mavalenko. It's this guy's walking past. Well, there can only be one person. S. McManus.
You know who that is.
Nice to hear you again.
Hey, you got a bit of a shout out, so I'm just going to jump in here. Sonny Walters.
Yeah.
I mean, the end of a glittering career. He's been an incredible player, but he still cites you as the greatest he's ever played.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I think he was at Nat Fife as well, or I mean, maybe myself. I don't know. Look, he mentioned a couple, but yeah,
I know.
I have, you know.
It's you, mate.
Thanks, Shaun. I appreciate that.
Mate.
I love playing with Sonny. And so Sonny's a rascal, right? And I've got a couple of good stories about Sonny. But on the field, it was like he and I, because we played a lot in the forward line together, and he was so gifted and talented, he could think ahead of where the game was going, so he could tap it in the right spot. He'd kick it before I'd lead. And I felt like I had a really strong connection with him out the field. It's funny how you have those connections.
Yeah.
It's tough to explain, isn't it?
Yeah, and just that chemistry of, I could see him about to mark, and so I'd start to move in a position. It's just, and you have those special connections with players. But yeah, he was such a gifted player, naturally gifted, but he had to earn it, and he really did, because he was sent back to the Waffle in 2012.
It's the Jeremy McGovern story all over again, isn't it? They had a similar experience where their coach said, "Nah, you're not up to standard. Back you go."
He's got a great relationship with Ross Lyon, and I just finished that year when Sonny got drafted, and I'm not sure if he did a shout out. I don't think he did yesterday. Mentioned Steve Grace, who was a development coach at the time. He's gone on to go work at Collingwood and Western Bulldogs. He's out of the game at the moment, but he put a lot of time into Sonny. Sonny was under his tutelage.
Yep.
And Ross, we were going to meetings and Ross just said, "Nah, he is gone." And Jason Webber was our strength and conditioning coach.
Well, we'd been working with Jace and Sophie Porter, the dietitian, and we've been working with Sonny for probably 2 or 3 years, to a point where trying to educate, trying to help, hold his hand through a lot of these situations. Leadership group, Michael Johnson and a number of others were trying really hard, because we could see the talent he possessed, but it was like he wasn't, the penny hadn't dropped. And then I vividly remember the meeting. Ross came into one of the leadership group's meetings, and we're talking about a number of things, and he said, "All right, Sonny, well, I think we need to send him back to the Waffle, teach him a lesson." And it was a bit of a, whoa, this is solid.
Because it didn't happen very often. It was a rare occurrence, wasn't it? Yeah.
But he said, until, it sounds as though even because this was before, Ross had said, it seems like there's 2 or 3 years here where you guys have tried really, really hard to make him better and help him. He needs to be taught a lesson effectively. And so ripped the Band-Aid off, away he went. And to his credit, and this is why, I think everyone
it's a fork in the road, isn't it? It's going to go either way. Yeah.
Not only for his career, but for his life. It was, and Marnie came into his life at that point, which was really critical as well. His beautiful wife, and then the 3 girls, the kids. But I think for him, it was like, okay, I need to fight my way back here. And he did. He fought his way back, got into the team, I think about around 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And it was like a 3 or 4 month banishment from being allowed at the club at all.
So he wasn't allowed to train with you or anything. It was like you're not a part of this team. Yeah.
Swanee D's were great.
Steve Grace would drive out and watch him play. Ross had nothing, wouldn't have anything to do with him. Behind closed doors, Ross was always wanting to know.
Yes.
So he would call Jason Webber in just about every selection Thursday or whatever day it was.
Where's he at?
Where's his skin folds at? Oh, not quite there. Oh, he'd swear.
Yeah.
Right, I go out next week, same thing. Where's he at? And he got close and boom, get him in.
Yeah, and we played Melbourne.
And he never looked back.
Played Melbourne at Marvel. We were on a pretty decent run. We beat Marvel. He came on. He sort of started on the bench a little bit, came on and off, and then kicked a couple of nice goals. And and then for the next 13 years until yesterday when he never looked back. So
that's amazing, isn't it?
And then becomes an enormous influence on Indigenous youth. But I said to him, it's not just Indigenous youth. you've had an impact on. It's everybody in the community
Agreed.
because what a positive influence you've been.
Yeah, and I think it's just a great story of perseverance is the first thing. So for young kids out there who don't get drafted or who aren't necessary, or just in life in general, who might miss out on a job opportunity or who might have to work their backsides off to get that.
It doesn't
chance.
always come easy.
And you, McGovern's the other one that you talk about, Sonny Walters. But he's a rascal. Did you ever go on that camp down to sort of Hamlin Bay or Augusta?
No, we had a guy in just the other day that we spoke to, and he was in the SAS, but I didn't ask him if he was on that camp because I know.
I mean, we did a number of SAS.
I was here. And I couldn't come.
Well, you're probably glad we didn't because it was brutal. So it was one of those ones where the directing staff, the SAS, came into the club covertly and almost sort of stopped training, and we all came in and they said, you got this mission, you have to be here by 10 a.m. on Sunday. We're all driving down. Here's your teams. Here's what you have to do. Here's a list of things you're not allowed to bring. Here's a list of things you have to bring. Yep. So we're with Sonny Walters, and it's a Sunday morning that we have to meet at the club, and then we all drive down together as a small team. So you were broken up into groups of, say, it might have been 8 or so. And anyway, we get down to Hamlin Bay, and you have to strip down to your jocks, and you have to take everything out of your bag, and the directing staff are just yelling at you, and it's chaos.
It's like
right?
on SAS Australia.
And so anyway, we're down on our jocks. Everything's off: the socks, the shoes, the sleeping bag, the pillow, the toothbrush. Everything's out in terms of, and most of our team we had Chris Scott actually, believe it or not, in our team. A number of others had, to the letter of the law, just brought down everything. Sonny, well. It's safe to say Sonny had about 6 items of the 20 and about 16 items that he wasn't supposed to bring in his bag. So
Did he get the list reversed?
So we were in trouble. So it's like punishments, you got 1,000 push-ups, 20 squats, whatever it might be. Anyway, the next morning, so everyone's, and there was no phones. You weren't allowed to bring a phone.
Oh, absolutely not.
The next morning, we're all in little tents together, and it's a beautiful, crisp morning, no wind around, and all we hear is this bzzz, bzzz.
Oh no! He brought his phone.
What is that? Well, where's that coming from? And his phone was going off. Somehow, not only did he sneak it in, but he got away with sneaking it in when everyone was trying to. Yeah. And we were absolutely petrified because we knew this was
because you're all going to pay the price of it.
What's going on? Who's got that? And, sorry, boys, that's me. So we went and found it, and before the directing staff somehow got it. But unfortunately, we had to go and do all these push-ups and punishments. But he's a rascal, Sonny, and but a wonderful player.
But does he still take credit for your magnificent physique?
Yeah, correct. Well, and so this is the thing we had to do these push-ups, and we were circled up at 3 a.m. in the morning after being on this hike, and the directing staff, Joe, came over and said, okay, well, this is for the phone, this is for the punishment. So we're circling up, and we had to do these push-ups, and you had to go, I can't remember how many it was, but it was like 30, right? And you had to do push up and say disciplined, united, elite, and then
that's the values of the team.
And then Shaun would say 2, disciplined, united, elite, and then Nat would say discipline, and then it got to Chris Scott. I think he was so fatigued he lost count, and
then you have to start again.
No, so he was supposed to say 6, but he sort of went 12, discipline, and everyone was like, oh god, we're cooked here. We are going to. And I was next in line, so I just thought I'm going to take the bull by the horns here, and I went 13.
Like Pav wouldn't lie to us. Pav wouldn't lie to us. Oh, too good.
No, those things
Magical.
are always great.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun though, I tell you. But yes, well done, Sonny. Great career, and you're right, a great role model for everyone.
Oh,
yeah,
no
for
doubt
sure.
about that.
And just quickly, the Dockers in Sydney this weekend on the cow paddock.
Eagles tonight as well against Jet. Why the hell the AFL are crossing over games? It's unfortunate because the Collingwood-Carlton game, huge game in Melbourne, crosses over here, but it'll have a huge local audience. Eagles playing the Giants, and I reckon the Eagles might fancy themselves.
I think they're going to push this game right to the limit. The one that intrigues me this week, out of all, it's top 9 teams versus bottom 9 teams. There is no question that Sydney aren't that far behind being in the top 8, in my opinion. Yep. That is that's the hardest game of the weekend. And Freo got
I think it's the best game. It shapes as the best game because you're right. Sydney are trending in the right direction. Yep. All their metrics have changed from the first sort of half a dozen weeks of the season. They probably should have beaten the Bulldogs last week, really. The Bulldogs went out last night and absolutely torched the Kangaroos in the end. So, challenging game. Can they make it 7 in a row, the Dockers? I think they're due, and I think the Swans are heading in the right direction. I hope they can win. We'll be there, actually. Yeah. So, hopefully they can get the victory.
Good luck, mate.
All right, nice. Thanks, Pav.
Good on you guys.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The Governor is in the house. We will be talking about the West Coast Eagles taking on the Giants tonight. Gov, what other nicknames have you got, by the way? I haven't asked you before.
Nicknames?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get Turbo a lot.
Turbo?
That was for our old mate Chris Maston. I called him a Turbo when I first got to the club because he is.
Yes.
And then
He bounced it back in your face.
Yeah, doubled me
bounced,
down and got back. What else did I get? Can Crusher I used to get.
Can Crusher. You just
Can
crush
you
him.
call the ball off
Andrew
you?
Embley used to call me that, yeah.
Can
Because
you
I
call
used
the
to.
ball off you, the Can Crusher? Is that just,
What?
you know, when you're calling for the ball? Can Crusher.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
Andrew Embley used to. I'm glad
What were you doing? Sculling and then crushing?
Well, he reckons that I was so fat I used to drink him and eat the can. And he wasn't wrong. I've had a crack at a couple of cans.
Wow. Wow.
I love footy
That
teams. They're so
hurts.
bloody
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'll get the crocodile a lot lately.
Crocodile?
Yeah, the boys reckon I look like a crocodile.
Because you look like one.
Yeah,
You're always
probably.
wearing Crocs.
I'm just
Yeah.
always surviving. Obviously not now. I'm retired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had a few. A few. I'll take
Can
it.
Crusher hurts. That one hurts. Funny now.
Yeah,
but
brutal.
Watching the guys go about training, and now you've been, officially now you're done and dusted. So watching these games, does it hurt more?
Yeah, it does actually. Especially the game on the weekend. The boys look really good. I was getting really excited at home. But it obviously sucks watching for sure. But I'm also excited for the boys and what they're doing at the moment. They're playing some good footy. So hopefully we can get a couple of wins for all the hard work they're putting in.
Yeah,
Dom
Joe
Sheed.
Shanahan, decent. Oh, sorry, we get to
yes.
chatting about a decent debut too. He did pretty well. Yeah, didn't he? All right.
He did. And even though he didn't completely knock it out of the park, you could just see what he's
there's
what he's
real- some
capable of.
genuine
And
talent,
he's got
yeah.
beautiful hands.
Yeah.
He clunks them, Big Joby. But it's good to see him get an opportunity.
Yeah.
The Malachi champion this weekend as well.
Great name.
So, ripping name. He's the new king of Kalgoorlie, I think.
I bet he is.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Long
so
live
he's
the king.
taken over from Dommy, but
He's only a little fella.
yeah, he is.
Has he
small,
got? Has he got
crafty.
three? Has he got the wheels on? Big
Yeah,
time?
he's got. Yeah, he does, and he's smart and he's nimble and very creative. So it'll be exciting to see him get a run this weekend.
Oh yeah, if he kicks a goal tonight, it'll be going absolutely bananas.
Yeah. Is it sellout tonight? I'd imagine. Maybe.
I'll look into it, you guys.
Friday, it's a tough
Friday's
sell
a bit
Friday
tough,
night because
yeah.
everyone's got to go from work.
Yeah.
Those Thursday night games are stinkers too.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah,
I'll
same thing.
let you
Saw
know.
the buses
And they don't do,
getting used up.
they don't do the stadium buses. That's what gets me. So
Yeah, getting in and out's always been a bit of a pain,
Yeah.
hasn't it? But I'm sure the West Coast faithful will show out for sure.
they'll
But
show up.
it should be a good game. I'm
Yep.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about Dom Sheed hanging out the beach. So we saw Michael Walters and we talked about him with Pav, and of course, Sonny never lets us forget he took a bit of a dangle on you that day.
Oh, that was the biggest hanger I've had on me, and that was a huge hanger. And I think we were doing radio together at that time.
Yeah,
you were too.
And oh god, I haven't heard the end of it, but and it's fair enough. And the worst was Brad Shepherd had the job on Sonny.
Yeah.
And if you look at he's not even in the picture.
Yeah.
And I'm by myself on Ballantyne. I can take a chest mark. And you watch Brad Shepherd. Look at him at the back.
Look at him.
And look at this. I'm laughing, and Shep's screaming, going, "Oh, that was a massive hanger!"
And you're like, it's your man. What are you
Just
doing?
block him out. Look at him.
Like Shep's just like, wow. He's a
Just-
full spectator in that, isn't he?
it was a
Good
proper-
work, Shep.
He posted me anyway, but it's a good grab.
It's a great grab. It's a great grab.
You're laughing at him and patting him on the back. Yeah, good one. Got me good there, buddy.
Look at him. He's eyed me off from a mile away.
Yeah.
Walters.
He did.
Yeah.
Body contact first.
But no, it's a good grab.
We've got to show that to Shep again. I'm going to see him again.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sheffy.
Anyway,
good.
back to Dom.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
great
Sheena.
career he had. And Nat mentioned it, to forever and a day, that shot at goal where he kicks the winner pretty much in a grand final victory. That's
Which
amazing.
is
You
the
set that
childhood
up.
dream. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it was all because
from
of
you,
you, but
from you.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously. But no, mate. Yeah, he's been awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's one of my best
And
mates.
it's more than just that one kick, too. Like, he's had,
yeah, big time.
he's a great contributor.
He's had a great career. He's had obviously a bit of rotten luck with injury last few years, but he was one of our most consistent players for a long period there, and he did it the hard way as well. He was always in and out. Even the 18 year, he was played in the waffle until
Yes.
until Gaffey obviously went down. And then he sort of come in and thrived and was one of our better players in the finals and the grand finals. So, yeah, he's had an awesome career. Sad to see him go. It's a little bit of an end of an era with the 18 boys now with myself and Sheedy going. And there's not, I think it was Flying, Duggo, Tommy Cole. There's one more. Can't remember.
Get back to us.
We'll get back to you. But yeah. So it's sad to see him finish up, but I'm also so proud of him and what he's done, and that kicks what he'll probably be remembered for. But
which is a great thing to be remembered for. But all
the boys that played with him remember him for a lot more than that. But he's not complaining about being remembered for that kick.
No.
Years.
Is it a little early in the season to be having all these retirements? I mean, yours was enforced. His wasn't, and Sonny Walters wasn't.
But it kind of is because Dom wasn't able to play this season.
No, I know, but why now? Why not the end of the season? Or is it just you get in at that time ahead of the end of the season?
I can't speak for Dom, but with Sonny Walters, he was trying to come back and his knee kept playing up on him, and then he'd have a few weeks off and then come back and pretty much the doctor said, this is going nowhere.
Yeah.
So therefore, you can't hold on to these if they're secrets for that long around the place. So you might as well get it done and dusted. I'm not sure of Dom's situation.
Yeah, she was the same, obviously, with his knee, and he's trying to get back, and he realised he's not going to get back this year to play. So
did he put his off a little bit while you had yours, while your situation was in limbo?
That was actually funny because he messaged me a couple of weeks ago. Well, it was right before mine and said, look, I want to catch up with you. And I said, no worries, I think I know what we're talking about. And I thought he was talking about me.
Right.
I was like, yeah, mate, I've been meaning to catch you as well. He sort of mentioned he's going to do it. And I said, yeah, mate, so am I. He said, I'm doing it a couple of weeks. When are you doing it? I said, I'm doing it on Friday. It was like Wednesday. He goes, what the? I said, yes, no, sorry, mate. Same thing. You can't hide it. I just want to, you're going to have to hit it on the head straight away. But, well, I said to him, let's just do it together. So, But no, each individual needs their moment, I guess. And
absolutely.
We'll probably have a send-off game together at some stage at the back end of the year. And, it's quite fitting in a way as well that I'm doing it with Sheeta with that whole 18 play and sort of played me.
That was the other 18 player, Yoey?
Yes.
There you go.
Exactly
and is he in the same situation? Where's he at?
He's obviously still fighting back. Trying to get back and play, but not 100% sure exactly how he's going. As in, I know he's progressing well, just whether he's going to play this year or not, I'm not 100%. But hopefully he can because we miss him. He's such a good player.
He's a beast. It makes it easy for that midfield that are really, they're fighting above their weight at the moment.
Yeah, they are. It's
particularly without him in there.
Mainly with the experience side of things. They're young boys in there at the moment. They're learning a lot. It'd be great to have Yoey in there helping them out and
experience
with that experience and leadership around those, especially those stoppages and stuff. So hopefully he gets back out there for us. It'd be great.
Gov, just quickly, when you did announce your retirement, did you get many interesting job offers or people come out of the woodwork? Hey, you want to do this? You want to do that?
No, I haven't too much yet. No, probably because
well, you've got your own, everybody knows you've got your own business that you run already. So.
And I don't know. Yeah, no, I haven't had too many yet. I don't know. My manager just called me just before. I don't know. Maybe I'll try after this. But nothing too much to be honest. And
no one gave you a Hungry Jack's or anything.
No, not yet. Simo's taking them all, so I might go work for him as a
on the drive-thru.
Kitchen hand. Where it all started was at Chicken Treat when that was my first job.
Oh, that's too good.
Yeah, he's dynamite on the microwave.
There's not much food leaving. That's for sure.
That might have been where
there's a lot getting consumed, but it's not leaving.
Good on you, Gov. I hope it's a good night tonight. I'll be at the game. You'll be there. The West Coast Eagles in full force, and we'll see what happens.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Yes, it is a Sunday morning on a Friday. Sunday Aryang in the house, of course.
And you're going for a record 11 wins in a row.
You sure are. It's
Are you in autopilot, do you think, at the moment?
Do you know, I don't even think we're in autopilot. I think our training sessions have been so good, so purposeful that each week we're just growing and growing. So I think when you have growth, you're just unstoppable.
Does Dan go off his face every now and then just to keep you on your toes?
I don't know. Maybe if you look over to the bench, you can see him kind of scratching his head and screaming at us. But no, he's good. He's just very clear and direct with his feedback and stuff. So you just know what you need to do.
Fowey's feedback, they say now. Tell your friends.
They say, by they, you mean you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you were telling us off air that some of my defensive work has been adopted by the coach.
Well, I wouldn't say all of it, but I think Shaun might have called Dan and told him a bit about defence. But yeah, that side defence thing that you were talking about a couple of weeks ago actually worked, and Dan said that we should try it.
But only when there's two defenders
only two,
defending
yeah.
the ball.
You shouldn't have told him that.
We workshopped it. We workshopped it.
Shouldn't have told him that.
Yeah.
He's going to give you
I know.
a lot
I
more
regret
advice.
it. I regret it now.
It's a big mistake.
Sunday, taking on the Giants this week. Do you know where do they stand in terms of consistency through the year? Have they been a bit off and on?
Their consistency probably hasn't been there throughout the whole season, but I think these last couple of weeks they've been on fire.
The Casey Kapua effect. So they got back a 40-year-old from New Zealand.
But when we spoke about that a little while ago, Caitlin was a bit like, what are you doing?
Well, Caitlin was of the opinion that maybe they should have sort of...
put a young person in.
Yes, that's right. Elevated a young talent rather than bringing a retired player. She hadn't played for 6 years or something.
No, she hadn't played for 6 years.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And she's been on fire. She's been doing really well.
And I think she's been great for the team, especially that defensive line. Like
So she's going to be lining up against Janelle.
Yeah, good luck to Janelle Hayner. Good luck to her.
I mean, tough assignment, obviously.
assignment.
The toughest.
It
some
will
might
be very
say.
tough. But,
Yeah.
no, they've done well in the last couple of weeks, which is good for them.
Yeah.
Only a couple of games to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two more. And both at home, which is
At
great.
home, yes. We're
As we
always
head into
super
the
excited.
finals. And outright leaders, because the Swifts are starting to stumble a bit. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But no, I think we're just happy with our performances and just being able to be consistent for these last couple of games. So, yeah.
I know you're taking game by game, but when you look ahead to where the grand final is going to be played, which is going to be Adelaide because they were able to buy the rights to have the game here, are you a bit disappointed that the
Melbourne.
have got Netball Australia?
We'll
went
edit
down
that
this
out,
track?
Sean. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry.
What was that, sorry?
Netball Australia went down the tact of selling the rights to the grand final to a state.
It would be great to be able to play in your home game after, winning that top two matchup.
Yeah.
But I guess it's to build the
It is
sport,
what it is,
and it is,
yeah.
Exactly. It's probably what's best for the sport at the moment.
Yeah.
So
It's like the AFL grand final.
Yeah, when the more you think about it, it doesn't make any sense that four
It's like
teams
Super
get to
Bowl.
play a whole game, a home ground. That's their home ground, so
Yes.
they get in the grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just playing at home.
Yeah.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
Super Bowl, that happens too, every now and then.
Well, every now and then, but at least it's moved around.
Yeah.
If it's your lucky draw, you're a chance to play at home, but otherwise.
Hey, the Giants this Sunday, it's got the potential to have the highest crowd there. Make sure you get along, westcoastfever.com.au. They're going to potentially break the highest attendance record. There's a lot of fun. I mean, you guys play well, but also there's fun on and off the court, right, Sunday?
yeah, it's actually super fun. Every now and then when I peek up at the scoreboard, you can just see some dads dancing.
Yeah,
some
dads
daisies
dancing.
in the
Not Shaun, he
in the
didn't
air.
make the cut, even though he filmed
Yeah,
it.
so that segment, the Dancing Dads, is sponsored by Nova. And before the season, remember when we came to your media day and Shaun had to be filmed dancing as a dancing dad, and it was so bad that they don't even use it.
How
They saw the
bad?
dance skills and they're like, nah, we don't want it.
I
We
want
were
to
trying to
see.
encourage them to dance,
That
not
is
put
so
them
funny.
off it.
You should see me try to dance bad.
Well, apparently no one wants to. I gotta see this.
That was me at my best, Ross. I still didn't make the cut.
Your
That's what I'm saying.
Dad dancing, you can't do it wrong. So I don't know, were you gyrating or something?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, was it not family appropriate? Is
Yeah, that
part
could
of the
be.
problem?
Yeah, that sounds
It's
like
too many pelvic thrusts.
Possibly.
It's probably doing too much.
Hey, Sunday, the collective bargaining agreement allowing you only to sign a couple of year contract with any one team. Do you guys as a Players Association constantly talk about that and seeing if it can be adjusted? And would you be happy to stay on, say, for the West Coast Fever for 3 years and or 5 years type of scenario?
Yeah, I think with the Players Association and the Netball Australia, I think they're really trying to work on where they can get in that space. It would be great to be able to sign for multiple years, not just the 3 or 2, actually having an extension when it comes to your contract. But it's definitely something that they are working on, and hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to see that change.
Because if you end up playing for another team, all will turn on you, just so you know.
Please don't.
We will. Yep.
Ruth, your sister, she snapped her Achilles tendon. How is her progress? How's she coming along?
Yeah, her progress is looking really great. She's actually out of the boot at home now, so she's walking around. She's got her shoes on 24/7 and just slowly crawling around the house. But,
So she's more mobile.
She's
and
more mobile.
Getting out of that moon boot must be amazing.
Yeah, and she's just she just looks so much happier. She's enjoying it. She's coming in and around training. Everything looks good with her. So happy for her.
Okay, good.
Well, good good luck to the West Coast Fever this weekend, and good luck to you, Sunday, because you've been on fire, and may it continue.
Thanks, Shaun.
Great work, Sunday. See how that season. Break the record on Sunday. Get along, everybody.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.